It's Vital Flight, welcome back to FTL Advanced Edition. We're gonna start a new game, and we're gonna do it hard. Because, well, there's not much point to doing it in normal, since I already know the game well enough. So, with that, I shall jump to another ship. And I reckon it might do us some good if we pick another ship that we haven't used. I haven't shown off the Zoltan Cruiser Type A yet, so I might do that actually. It's got 3 Zoltan. Zoltan are a sort of being that have a perk that enables them to power whatever room they're inside. It also means that this pilot's pretty useless because all the power's going pretty much nowhere and it could be used better elsewhere, so I suppose we should look out for, you know, crew that might be useful as a pilot instead of whoever is the pilot. So, in terms of names, I honestly have no idea. So with that in mind, let's jump in. Yes, we know the data is vital. So-called. It probably isn't too vital. Power up our halberd beam. It's a standard beam weapon, it does a whole lot of damage. And it can pierce through 1 level of shields. Now, in terms of power, it requires 3 power, and it also takes quite a while to charge, but we've got Zoltan shields, which basically means we're almost invulnerable, save for an augment or 2. In any case, the reason it has shield piercing property is because, as a beam weapon, it also has 2 damage, so it can pierce through 1 level of shields and deal 1 damage, or deal 2 damage when there's no shields. So hitting the shields first with this weapon is pretty good. Now in case we hit ships with level 2 or more shields, we've got the LATO missile launcher, which is pretty much a weaker version of the Artemis, but it requires a route. I'm pretty sure the Artemis requires the same amount of power. The charge time's a bit less, but it also does less damage. So with that, let's get jumping and be on our way to hopefully save the Federation from the rebels or something. There's a rebel automated ship nearby. Does not engage. Let's engage in just a moment. Right. So first thing here is probably best to hit the shields. There's no real way of doing anything. Might go for these 2 actually. As you can see, most weapons can't get through this shielding. I heard something like a drone being deployed even though the system's completely off. A weird thing indeed. See if I can't deal more damage in a bit. Gotta watch out for the bombs though, they can get on board now. No shields. Could be a bit of trouble. So let's get that all fixed up. There goes the hacking drone, and it's taking down our weapon system. Just get those shields up. Really? These guys are so useless at taking out fires though. They've got reduced health, I think. We now have details of the surrounding area, we have less scrap. I mean seriously, 7 scrap for the first jump. But no hull damage at least. Because the bombs don't actually do any hull damage. So it basically took out the system, but didn't do any hull damage to us, so that's good. Now everyone back to your stations, and we'll get back to work again. The handy thing about the power is that it automatically powers up the med bay, so Kara is healed up and ready to operate. And we are good to go. 7 scrap, can't do much with it. So we just gotta keep moving. Pirate ships. Typical. Aid the pirate ship. Well, if we aided the pirate ship, it'd probably be disastrous. So let's just take out their shields and their weapons. Just wait for it to charge up. And break across. Now, in terms of changes to FTL as a result of Advanced Edition, the fact that weapons now like lose their charge over time really only serves a purpose in terms of AI rather than players, because chances are you're not going to be able to react in time to, you know, weapons depowering and being able to swap your energy out just to keep one weapon powered. So it's a slight annoyance. In any case, the ship breaks apart, and we gain a bit of scrap for it, and without sustaining too much damage. Now, in terms of achievements, what do we need? Have 29 power, and get to Sector 5 without upgrading your reactor. I'm not too sure about either of these. See if there's anything we can put up. No, door system's already at level 2. I don't really see much need for anything other than sensors, maybe. That way we can hit the crew directly. We'll head in the general direction of the distress beacon. There's a Federation encrypted signal. They're eager to tell you of a secret base. Halfway across the map. Oh well. On we go. No. Alien spiders are no joke. Especially not to our crew. Anyway, we engaged another enemy, which is a pirate investigator. One of the new classes of ship that FTL Advanced Edition brings. We just cut across through all those sections of ship. And blast through. And now he's trying to escape. Fortunately, it's probably not gonna get too far, the way things are going. Miss. And lasered. 2 fuel, 1 drain part, 18 scrap. Over here we have a sun beacon. That might not be ideal. We can pass through a nebula on our way to the quest. We'll see the unvisited location. They may give a quest, they might have nothing. Nothing happens in this case. Alright, another dangerous event. And by that I mean, it's simply just a drone, sitting out in the cold. I'll take out the weaponry first. Oh, missile nearly came on top of us. This has always been annoying. And they went after the weapons, so might as well break the other Zoltan in. Come on, Cremity, get through. Why there's 2 doors linking between these 2 areas, I have no idea. Might as well target their weapon system. We got another shot off. And we can't retarget for the moment. Might as well get you two over to the O2 room so we have something to do. Might as well take out the hacking drone now. After all, drones are less capable of taking out stuff and fixing themselves up. Okay, weapon systems down. And our weapon systems are down, so get back to your stations. Shoot down their missile launcher again. This is gonna be one heck of a back and forth operation, isn't it? And there's a fire going on outside, so best to open those doors up. might as well open up all the doors up that side. Okay, so that was a pretty tough fight for an automated ship. Anyway, the fire seems to have disappeared, so in just a few moments we'll send our crew into the shield room to fix it up. And then we'll send them to the medbay. So we shall get those shields up and running again. And then back to station. Well, not back to station, we need to get them to the medbay first. So no shields for the time being. There we go. Now you can go back. So power our shields up, and jump. Store or quest? Quest either way is gonna take 2 jumps. I suppose I could make it to the store in time, but we'll have to wait and see. Okay, it is a rebel rigger, it has a missile launcher, it also has a drone system. If it's a defense drone, it's pretty much useless, but I guess considering it's got a combat drone, it could become a problem. Yeah, because it takes out Zoltan shields pretty effectively, and it's not coming back once that's done. It seems like their weapon systems were only at level 1. So, with that in mind, see if we can't cut across all these rooms, because this is basically what beam weapons are for. Room cutting. Keeping their weapons down is a pretty good idea. And since beam weapons can't miss, everything just breaks apart. Now, with that in mind, let's head to the quest and see what's going on. 9 hull points repaired and 18 scrap, as well as 1 fuel for our trouble. Lucky us. Labourers for cheap. Very well. That flak cannon looks pretty nasty. I have to say that much. So now Kara can take on position as shield controller. And we shall save with that and jump to the next beacon. I suppose we could stop by at the store, but why would we want to? Well, we'll take a look at the supplies around before quickly leaping to the exit. So we have a backup battery, mind control and hacking. We also have a couple of NG around, but really I think it might be a bit soon for new crew. Advanced FTL navigation, not really necessary unless we get ourselves stuck in a certain path. Recharge booster, distraction buoys, don't really need any of this stuff. Mind control would be an interesting thing to have, and so would hacking, but we've already seen those. And we don't exactly have the money for it. So we might grab ourselves a couple of fuel before continuing on our way. Now, what can I do? Since I have an extra bit of power, I suppose I can update some of the weapons. Well, by update I mean upgrade. And we don't need extra power at the moment, so we'll just power our Lato missile launcher with the power we've got. Possible ship detected! We shall engage. Yes, to the storage cache. Might be better if we hit it from this side. If you go from left to right, we can take out the shields entirely and deal 2 damage to the weapons. Well, it'd almost be the case if the shields weren't at 1.5 levels. And that ion bomb is nasty. We just took out all of our Zoltan shield. Anyway, that's nothing to worry about. Not anymore. 16 scrap. And then more scrap. And free fuel. I'm getting a lot of fuel today. Long range beacon! There's a pirate around. Thankfully, no one seems particularly competent, so we'll just deal with it. As things happen. No need to use our missile launcher at the moment, but it does make for a good option in case we need to fall back. So just do it again. I might go for an extra shield level. It'll stop them from catching onto us. In any case, they're pretty much dead after this next volley. And with that, they are done for 1 missile, 1 drone part, and 14 scrap. And we gain another crew member.